Whew. All right, another Friday. Um, this is a little tricky angle and everything. I'm in the woods. I'm up in New Hampshire now. It's beautiful here. You can see the wonderful, colorful leaves behind me. Um, this past week was kind of a lot of transitions, like leaving Connecticut, going up here to New Hampshire, staying in a new hostel. It's been a little bit kind of tough to juggle a bunch of different things. Been kind of hard on myself in some ways about the lighting here is not great. You can't really see my eyes, huh? Um, Starting to work on writing this book and the idea of like going out and speaking at libraries and doing workshops. And I've never done this before. I don't know if anyone's really ever done anything quite like this, like going and running these like rogue workshops at libraries for teenagers. So it's like I want it to go well. I want it to be like this perfect thing. I don't know exactly what I'm doing or anything like that, but I'm doing it. I've been up in New Hampshire for like 4 days. I finally started working on the book last night. I put like 2 or 3 hours in. Though I've been thinking about it all week, and I don't know, like I believe in what I'm doing. I don't know if like success is a reality or what success looks like, or if like I'll find satisfaction from this, or it'll like be this never-ending thing that I'm like constantly like chasing after. But I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in it. I think the battery might die on my phone here to cut this video short. But so I've been off Lamictal entirely now for, I don't know, probably like 3 weeks. Feel pretty good. Have a little trouble falling asleep, but like sleeping all right, and like kind of looking at it like maybe I sleep in a little bit, but I get like 9 hours. So maybe I'm getting up later than people, but I'm staying up later. Like I usually don't feel great in the morning, so I'm still kind of shaking that. I don't know exactly what causes that whole like kind of not feeling awesome first thing in the morning. But yeah. Gonna stay up here for another week, or I think, and then I'm gonna go to Maine/New Hampshire, like right on the border for a little while. So I'll be up in the Northeast, kind of rooting around till around Thanksgiving, and then I'll go back to Connecticut and spend some time with family. Goal is during this period to get this book kind of moved along, not necessarily finished, and to start like presenting the material in the book to people. Hopefully that'll give me feedback and tell me how to adjust the book, but it like kind of will create some momentum of doing some speaking. I don't know if this is getting in the way of doing comedy, or if this is some sort of, like, is this a distraction? Should I just be out doing jokes? Or is jokes a distraction and I should be doing this? Like, I think the reality is that everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. And it'll keep going. Work has been okay. I haven't had a ton of work coming in, but I haven't had a ton of time for it. Or I guess I haven't been making a lot of time. Like, I've been going hiking every morning. So, and like, I haven't been doing a ton of paid work, I guess. But that's all right. I also haven't been I think the bigger issue is I haven't been like bringing in sales. So I haven't like had like big projects. Lots of little stuff like maintenance and repairs on people's sites, but not like any big projects which pay better. And I got my first sale on my drop shipping site like a week ago, so I actually put a little more rejuvenated effort into that. Not that this extra effort has led to any more sales, but made $100, which is not much, but it was $100 on the ad that I played, like the question is, can that be like reproduced and scaled, right? So I don't know, but it made me pay a little more attention to that project instead of thinking it was a failed effort. And I don't know. I think I mentioned that I dropped in on a half pipe in the skateboard a couple weeks ago. That was a big milestone. And just trying to like get to the bottom of this. Like I mentioned addictions, like what is that unsatisfied feeling when I feel like I'm not doing enough, or that things aren't going well enough? Like I got food on my plate, I got a place to stay. What is it that I'm still trying to fill up? What is it I'm still chasing that like work is this new addiction, I don't know if I should mention in these videos, I stopped jerking off a few weeks ago. Fuck it, I just said it. Yeah, like when I was thinking about addiction and I was thinking about sex addiction and how I used to get myself into some pretty sketchy, irresponsible sexual situations, and like I never consider myself a sex addict at all. But I was thinking about, like, isn't jerking off, isn't that like doing that every day? Not that I do it a lot, you know, it'd be like a once a day. But isn't that some form of addiction? And so, like, suddenly I was like, well, looking at that the same way I was looking at addictions. Like, what is it that makes me feel like doing that? What do I think I get out of it? Do I feel good after? Is this like a healthy thing? Is it not? And I was like, do I need to do this? So I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. But I stopped doing it, and it hasn't really been interfering with my life too much. More so, I just wonder, is it like an unhealthy thing to do? Like, is it going to cause my prostate to explode and get cancer or something? But I don't really usually talk about things like sex or masturbation in these videos, probably because the things I usually make jokes about, but not have serious conversation about. I actually stopped having sex like a year and a half ago. I started thinking that was an irresponsible thing, because like I learned that's how babies are born. So like I had this, when I quit smoking weed, I had this like realization, like, shit, like that's incredibly irresponsible to be, even if you're using condoms and birth control, like that can, like that's where babies come from. Like, and if I have a child, don't I want it to like be this thing that I intended to have, that I like, not that it was all, like that it was on purpose, not this accident thing, like this oops. Not that there's anything, you know, I know there's lots of, most children out there are oopses, that's fine, but I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking about things, I guess, in a more conscious, you know, questioning. Like, I look at that like school, like people don't question, like, why am I going to this place? Why am I spending my time here? Is this the best place for me? And kids are supposed to be learning critical thinking, but they're not allowed to critically think about like their own education and whether it's a good idea for them to be there. They're just told, like, do it, go there, you're supposed to. You know, throwing away your life, you know, you're going to be stupid, you're going to be a drug dealer, a prostitute, or a drug addict, or whatever. I mean, you can go do all those, you can get all the good grades, and you could still end up being a drug addict, drug dealer, prostitute. I mean, I've been a drug addict of sorts, I've sold drugs a little bit, and like, arguably some would debate, there have been situations where I've sort of acted as a prostitute. Not in the way that you might imagine, but like, those are stories better left for a comedy club. But anyways, I'm feeling all right. You know, like I said, I'm feeling a little bit like I'm not getting enough done. Like I came up here to work in this book, and I just feel like I wish I was getting more progress or making more done. And then I'm trying to like evaluate and be like reflective. I'm like, what is it in me that's not feeling fulfilled, that feels like I need to do more, that I'm not doing enough? And but no issues that could be related to medication. I'm feeling pretty good with that. Question will be when I try to get off Seroquel, what will that be like? All right, checking out.